But
I was like,
I'm just saying, they don't even know who. When you say Bobby, the fire that bringing me that like I'm sitting next to a nigga that's that close with Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby Ray Spark.
He want to come to the Berg.
Please tell Bobby come to the Berg.
No, seriously. I
Please,
told him.
I would go fucking bro.
So let me tell you, Bobby said.
I carry your bags, Bobby.
No, I'm telling you. I'm working on it now. So what Bobby and his whole squad need is like, I think he told me like $5,000 and 7 rooms, or an Airbnb that could sleep 7. So I told Bobby, what I want to do is do a residency, right? So I want to make it like a musical experience, almost like a production. Mm-hmm. But I want to do it in a place where it could be Jackson, but I want to do it where it's like a vibe of funk, soul, gospel revival. Mm-hmm. And we just like, nigga, we do something different. The other idea I had, and I share with y'all, is I really want to do a musician retreat. Because if you think about what you get from an 18 Grammy award winning musician and the niggas he cooking with.
Bro, and he's still cooking,
I know, but check this out. So this is what I want to do. I told him, because Bobby has always trusted me to be like his creative strategy guy. I want to rent a mansion and rent rooms out. Mm-hmm. So like a nigga like you could say, hey man, for me to study with Bobby for a week, I'll invest in that for $1,000, right? You get, let's say like 6, because DJ Jazzy Jeff does this. Jazzy Jeff says, hey, give me, and the 15 is not even you giving it to me. Like, we covering expenses. Like, we got a nigga that's cooking for us. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have to leave the crib, right? But they just get it's studio. Like, imagine this times 3.
Studio A, Studio B, Studio C.
And it's niggas
production
just cooking.
rooms,
it's gear everywhere. Yeah. Even like Dino could be there. Like, yo, I want to be in a room full of creatives like that and just cook, take photos, do video, like Dreamville type stuff. Mm-hmm. And then you in a room with these dudes for a substantial amount of time where you get to just create. You can't get that every day, bro. Like, my man, if he could just be in a room with a house with Calvin, Maurice Fitzgerald, or like all them boys that just like Sheree Reed, Corey, and you get to like sit in and just groove with these dudes at a level where I can't get this anywhere. You'll pay for that. Like, we niggas spend more on Hennessy, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the people who serious, who want to like elevate above the pack, bro. I've always been dog, man. Like, I ain't just want to be regular. I tell my kids that now. I'm like, bro, it baffles me. Like, this new generation, bro, like, they not hungry. Like, I want greatness, even to this day, dog. That's why I tell you, like, bro, I want to come up here and get it. Like, dog, me sitting up here, bro, this makes me better.
That's what I'm saying. I want to be different, bro. I talked to Jeff about this. Like, I seen man, it's crazy. I seen Mike Burrell post this today on Facebook about competition. Like, musicians shouldn't be in competition. I agree. We shouldn't be in competition with each other. But what makes me better,
you know why Mike said
is the competition.
Mike capping, dog. You know why? Because Mike at the top of the food chain. Come on, bro. Like, you say that after you done climb your ascension. He don't want nobody to compete with him. He want fans. Come on, man. Like, that's the reality of it.
Bro, it's like, but what make people better? What made LeBron James is like wanting to be the best. I want to be better than everybody. And not saying is good to, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, you think Steph let's talk about LeBron greatest series, dog. He was down 3-1 to the Warriors. You telling me if he didn't have a competitive nature, we would see the only time in NBA history a team comes back from 3-1 in the finals, dog. Game, the second win, Draymond said, oh man, we just had an off night. That was a fluke. He LeBron. You can't be mad at him coming back. He gonna fight his way out of a game-ending game. 3-2. Next night, LeBron show up. He gonna have to get 40 on us to win.
And he get 40.
He get 40. Now it's 3 tight. Steph looking a little different. This nigga balling, man. Steph come out. Straight out the rip. Logo. He's setting the tone. Don't shake LeBron. Because, see, y'all niggas underestimated me. This nigga dog his way back and win from a 3-1 deficit. It's never been done. Everybody telling them it can't be done. See, I want that mindset. I don't care what you tell me. Tell me it can't be done. It only infuriates me to go even harder. But where them dudes at, man? People lay down now, bro. It's dog, bro. You gotta have that dog mentality. My wife tell you right now, bro, it's times I would be shooting cans, candles. I'll be laying on. She come in the studio, I'll be laying on the floor, just shooting in the dark. What you doing? It's dark in here. I may be in a situation where I gotta shoot in the dark. What do I do? If I'm unfamiliar with it, how do I know how much my camera can take? Like, we don't prepare for the worst, bro. What if all you got is a kick and a hi-hat and a snare? Like, you...
I got to be able to kill.
Bro.
I got to be able to kill.
Oh, my God.
They got to feel me, man.
Come on, man. You think Quest couldn't play a whole set? Absolutely. But it's just something about being precise where if I'm just using the bare essentials, can I still be a professional and killing?
Yeah.
I was talking to Justin. Yo, you know Justin Gray.
Yeah, Justin. Yeah.
And I was telling Justin, I was like, man, like, bro, you know what impressed me the most about Justin? The lack of, or his control. Justin can play, he like Willie. Like, certain niggas in Mississippi that can play guitar chords that just make you feel like them niggas just different. Like, bro, your chords is just so rich. Like being nasty too, but I remember
Ben ain't got the chord in this.
The
he
thing
ain't got
I
the chord
remember
in this.
about Willie was and the other nigga that I heard that play like that was Justin. But the fact that you can and you don't is what impresses me the most.
Yeah.
Because when I give it to you, it's gonna sit there. And that's why I say, like, that's what make great people great. You can give me all you, of course, but you know what I need when I need it. Matter of fact, I take that back. Your white boy, short dude, Adam is...
He different. Hey, that
nigga alien too,
that's
man.
That's kind of different. He different now. But like now, where he at now?
I see him. He like in Nashville somewhere.
He in Nashville. He
I saw him in a video. I was like, I'm always watching.
He in the band. He in the band with Pitar.
Yeah,
Pitar.
I saw him pop up on. I was like, yo, that's Buddy from Fly.
Yeah,
Friend Fly South.
Uncle Bronco. They call Uncle Bronco now. We in the red wheel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man.
So let me roll it out, man. Good. Hey, this is gonna be good talk. Good,
yeah, man. We warm.
Hour, 2 hour power, my boy. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Scatterbrain, the Ray Bradford podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Ray Bradford. Appreciate y'all for liking, subscribing, sharing, coming, all that good jazz. Continue to share with somebody. Tell them to like and subscribe to the YouTube page. Tell them to download it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. You can go to Google, anywhere on there, do it and like it and share it. Give it to somebody. Put the link in their email. Put it in their text message. Put it in send a kite. Do all that. Of course, for the month of July, I've been bringing all type of musicians and producers and creators. So I wanted to continue it with a special guest. But before I introduce the guest, I want y'all to do one thing. So I'm in a span of 10 seconds, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go click on subscribe and then click on alert. Thank you. If you're watching this video again, click subscribe and click alert. So you'll know whenever I'm releasing stuff. I'm thinking about starting doing a weekly live on YouTube. I'm gonna try to cross stream it on a couple platforms. So I'm just giving y'all a heads up. So it'll be Scatterbrain something, Scatterbrain something. It'll just be a musician conversation and stuff. Cause I know on the podcast we like to talk about broad stuff, but I want to scope it down and talk about music. But I also want to get to my guest now. My guest is none other than I call him a something like an OG to me. I met him in probably '07, '08 through Sarai Butler and my partner Willie. Sarai brought him one time like, yeah, this my boy Lo. He played bass, and if anybody know Lo from back then, Lo used to wear like the bracelet with the spikes on there. He had the bass strap with the spikes, 4-string Marcus Miller joint with the ramp, beating that jump, batting it down. But now my boy has transitioned from a musician, a bass player, into a content creator, videographer. He owned, I don't want to say he owned the board of a thing called Landmass Collective. You started it, I think, right?
Yeah, I'm one of the founders.
One of the founders. He got his own podcast called The World of Lo.
The
World of Lo. According to Lo.
Yeah.
The World according to Lo.
Yeah.
Got his own brand, Loyalty.
Loyalty Crew, man. Shout out to them.
So now I want to introduce my guest, Lo Ballard. I don't want to mess his first name up. I know him by Lo.
Everybody call me Lo. You know, my name is Aloysius Ballard, man. But you know, I'm just a worker, man. I'm serving, man.
How you been, man?
Hey, man, I'm happy to be here, bro. Like, you know, this is my world right here, man. Podcast is everything, digital media, anything in that vein. But more so, I just like connecting with people that I've grown to love over the years that love content and doing what they do.
Yes,
man.
Sir.
Art, man. It's all art.
They call you the Podfather at the conference. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta get my boy on. He was like, man, let's connect. You know, let's collab. And I'm like, for sure. Say no more. Say no more. So, man, speaking of conference, I want to say, when was it? About a month ago?
Yeah, about a month ago. Memorial weekend.
Sure was Memorial Day weekend. I got a ticket leaving.
Oh, God.
I got a ticket leaving down there. But Crystal had invited me, and Lo was like, hey, you coming to this thing? And I was like, what is it? They're like, it's Landmass Collective. And she sent me the page, and it was like dope. I came back and told Willie, like, bro, they actually like put like a really good thing on, bro. Man. Like, it was mind blowing. Can you tell my audience about a little about the Landmass Collective?
All right, so growing up, I'll give you a little backstory. So with me, you know how the coast is in the state of Mississippi. I was very interested in film and just the arts, music, all of that. But there weren't a lot of outlets. So I carried the mantle of just wanting to create an opportunity or build a bridge for the next person who was like me, instead of just running off to LA or Atlanta or Chicago like I could have. And it was tough, man. You know, even now, man, you know, having to build a bridge is not as glorious as just crossing one and getting to somewhere. But I had a conversation with my guy, Anthony Williams of AJ Williams Media, and he said he felt the same way. And it's almost like the crabs in the bucket mentality we could have taken, because he was another, you know, black creative like myself with a set of skills that often we felt like we had to compete. Mm-hmm. But I told him, like, man, let's not be in competition. Let's work together. So we came up with the concept of creating the Landmass Collective. And then we brought in, I was like, well, we got to bring in some of my people too. So we ended up bringing Crystal in and my boy Chuck, because it was such a big task that we needed all hands on deck. So it's pretty much a community where creatives can come and not navigate that road alone. Like we share business, like we give tips, we mentor. Whatever you need is within that community. And we got the name because during Katrina, they only named Mississippi the landmass between New Orleans and Mobile. So it's a pun on them trying to like ignore us. We know Mississippi always get ignored, which is strange because we create most of the world's most known creatives, from Oprah to Grammy Award winners, like, bro, we per capita, we them people.
Athletes, everything.
Everything,
like,
Jerry
one.
Rice, all of it, bro,
Yeah.
like all that. So that's how we got the Landmass, and you can check us out on social media, Landmass Collective, and it's only getting bigger and better, man.
Okay. So, what's like the future? Well, I don't know. This may it may be overstepping.
No,
but what's like the future plans of it? Because man, like I said, when I came, I told Willie like they really got a great thing. Like, man, if we can one day, get in, lock in with them. Something.
Y'all got to, man. We definitely want y'all a part, man. What we're looking to do, right, is simply create more opportunities, right? So we want the conference to be the benchmark. So it's almost like graduation day. So every conference you should be elevating to another level.
Mm-hmm.
In between conferences is your next year or growth year. So what are your goals between now and next year? Like, do you want more followers? Do you want to improve your reach? Do you want to scale? Do you want more sponsors? Like, you got to set those goals for yourself as a creator. And we help you navigate to resources to achieve that. We don't look to hold nobody down. A lot of these conferences inspire you, and then they just leave you to the wind.
Like, figure it out.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that you're educating yourself. Like, we got some courses coming out. We got some guests that'll be doing some things in our community. You can join our Discord and be in the now. Like, we check in with each other. What are y'all working on? Do you need help? Like, what can we do to build you up so that you're reaching the goals that you set for yourself? And that's what the Landmass is. It's an ongoing incubator system where, as a creative, you can scale as big as you want, but it's still like that community that you get.
Okay, because that's I had a conversation with. It's crazy. I was on the road yesterday. You called me. I was on the road, and we end up talking about like growing on Instagram or like social media, and it was like, man, I don't know. Some of the ways that they were speaking and growing, I was just like, I don't know if that's the way I want to grow it. Like, I think my downfall a lot of times is like, I want to grow it organically or naturally. But most of the time it's like, is that really?
So let's talk about it, right? What does it mean to actually grow? Like, having numbers, if you actually look at most people with 10,000 or more followers, if you go to their posts, they're not having the engagement. Because here's the thing. You ever notice a pretty girl? When you notice a pretty girl, she has your attention for a moment. But when she's out of sight, she's out of mind. Now, you go on a date with the pretty girl, that sits with you longer. Because now you've had interaction. You know what she smells like. You know what she likes, her food. You saw her in a different situation. I say that to say this. When you grow your community on people getting to know you, not just being attracted to something that you do or that you're providing, it takes a deeper dive with them. They have more invested in you to stick around to see where it goes. And that's what a lot of people don't want to do. I tell people all the time, I really don't care for a massive following because for what I want to do in life, I don't need a bunch of people. People are really distractions, bro. Because you gotta adjust to all the desires of that audience, of that crowd. Some of them may like you to talk. Some of them may want you to shut up
and play bass, man.
Yeah. So it's a fickle thing. But here's the thing. But when you can build a community where people value you as a whole and they love what you do as a whole and they invest themselves into what your goals are, they stick around. When you told me about your podcast, I was excited. Not because I knew it was just a podcast, but I'm invested in Ray. I've known you. Yeah. Like, if Ray doing something, I want to check it out. I want to be a part of it. And that's what you want because that audience is not here for a fickle circumstance. True. But we waste a lot of opportunities as well. Think about how many rooms you're in. How many people do you say, hey, follow my podcast. Follow my Instagram.
I waste every room.
Every room. And nothing's more sad, bro, than us wasting the rooms that we're in.
it's
Make it make sense.
I don't think this gonna make sense, but like I think of a holdback is, do they even want to hear about that?
Why wouldn't they?
And then, and then some person comes and say, well, what you got going on? You know how people like, well, what you have going on? And you're like, yeah, I got a podcast named such and such. And you would think they'd be like, okay, let me check it out.
So let me ask you a question. If you're in a room doing what you do, why would you ever think that they aren't interested?
Ooh.
If you're not meant to be in that room, you wouldn't be in that room. If they didn't care about what was going on, they wouldn't be in that room. This is why I say we got to get our own way, man. So many times as creatives, we block our own development by putting all these boundaries around things that don't really matter. Like people they rock with you. They enjoy what you do. Sell yourself.
See, man, this okay. This a question I got then.
Talk to
me.
Cause
like a Kanye West or a Lizzo.
Mm-hmm.
Like I use Lizzo for example. Kanye is a good example too, but I use both of them. People get so mad at the things Kanye say or do, like they know him personally, instead of just being invested into the art. Or it's like, so I be nervous a lot of times. It's like, well, a lot of times you hear me speak off the mic, you may not like the opinion that I have because you may ask me about a musician and I may say, I think he's not that good, but you may think he's great. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, in those rooms, I'm like, man, I don't want to rub nobody the wrong way, so let me not say nothing. Because are they invested in me or just what my art is? And what should I want? Should I want them invested in the art or me personally?
How do you separate the two? That's how I look at Kanye. I feel like Kanye is Kanye. You got to take some of that at the value it is. His opinions are his opinions. But that's what makes him who he is. Like, I wasn't vibing with some of the crazy stuff he was saying.
Yeah.
Like, you got to know, but then sometimes you got to understand that Kanye wasn't always that way. The Kanye we see today is a result of him losing his parents. Like, bro, when life-changing stuff happens, you'll never be the same. When you lose cornerstones of things that we need going through life, the loss of parents, bro, changes anybody. You'll never be the same. That's something from the time you open your eyes for the first time to the time you close them, you always have a sense that your parents are going to be there.
Man, tell me about it.
So when you don't have that, think about how people feel when they lose a job. Like, bro, my check ain't there. I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. Bro, you not chippery. You different. Like, everything is different based on how life serves it up. And I say that to say, to your point, a creative is a creative. Like, I tell people all the time, people always say, man, I want to work with you. I want to do something with you. I tell people, no, you don't. You know why? You see the work that I do and you're impressed by my work, but you don't know who I am as a person. Ooh. I'm very intricate about the things I create. That's what makes me very unique. My standards of what I do, bro, like my wife talks about it all the time. She's like, why are you still watching the same video you just edited 20 times? Because I still feel like I need to convince myself that it's good enough. And if I don't want to watch it 20 more times, why would I expect you to want to watch it? See, that's the standard I have. People want to do stuff and move on, bro. But when you really seek greatness, when you really want to, like, my goal for myself is to see how great I really can be. Like, am I as good as I really think I am? Ooh. That is something we shy away from. And I respect Kanye because he keeps pushing the envelope. Like what he did with A Beautiful Nightmare. I was going on the music.
Yeah.
But then he put the visuals to it. Doom, doom, doom.
Ballerinas. Ballerinas and stuff.
So you look at a person like that, bro, for you to visually see that and to make the soundtrack to the visual, there's something unique about you.
your mind think 10 steps ahead of people. It
Absolutely.
thinks 10 steps.
So why would I enjoy that and then not give you grace to be a little quirky? Anybody that's genius has some quirkiness. Look at Beethoven. You know, you a music guy.
He's a crazy man.
Yes.
He's very crazy, man. All them folks.
We enjoy the art that he created, man. Like, it just goes to it. Like, I tell people, like, bro, for all of us, people think I'm very extroverted, which is funny because I'm the most introverted person you'll ever meet.
Lo, that's hard. That's hard for me to believe, Lo. When I met you, you was out there, Lo.
Let me tell you, but I always know my house is my solitude. Oh. So my home life is very important to me being a creative. When I walk in my house, I gotta have peace. I gotta have an ability to feel safe. Like, all of that matters. I don't invite a bunch of people to my crib. Like, bro, if you come to my house, like, dog, I fool with you tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's my inner sanctum. But that's my refuge. That's why I recharge. Like, think about what makes you recharge, what makes you feel safe, where you get your greatest inspiration. Like, all of my ideas come from the point that I can sit and be nobody in my house. Like,
you don't have to live up no expectations.
I know what my roles are. I'm dad, I'm husband. Like, I can do that. But, like, creatively, I can do whatever I want, and it's no pressure. Like, bro, you go out and you pick up your instrument or you do whatever you do to create, people expect something.
Oh, man. When you say that and I think about it, it's like, bro, you have to deliver. And if you don't deliver, you're not that good. Or,
you done fell off.
Man, he just didn't move me tonight. And then when I think about watching my favorite artist, and I done felt like, he just didn't move me tonight, man.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't have had no expectation. I should have just went with, like, I just want to enjoy it.
There's beauty in every piece of art that we create. We just got to be open to it. Like, think about it. Like, some of the greatest music we listen to is repetitive.
God damn it.
But that's the genius of it.
Get on up. They play the same thing the whole
Bro,
time.
that feeling, name me 5 songs like Get On Up that don't move and it's just that same feeling.
Get On Up, Flashlight by George Clinton, Parliament.
Another genius, right? Keep going.
Thank you for letting me be myself. The same thing. Shoot.
You see what I'm saying?
Let's Get It On. 2 parts.
Dog.
God, doggone.
You see how it's harder to discover that, which is what makes it so unique. And that's why I tell people sometimes we overcomplicate art because we feel like it's got to be a hectic, chaotic thing. But the simplest of things is what makes it genius.
God.
Think about Kanye with Gold Digging. She give me
Same that thing the whole time.
Dog, it's locked in. And you want to sing it forever. I'll take you another one. One of my favorite movies is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
With the original? Or
original.
The
OG.
Yeah, Pure Imagination.
When you ever just, no distractions, just listen to Pure Imagination?
Bro, I cry.
Bro.
I don't feel bad to say it, man. I'll be crying on that joint.
If you do not emotionally feel something in that record, you got to check yourself.
That joint. Ooh, think about that joint, man. It's that...
Bro, I never forget. I was at one of my daughter's home football games, and they played that joint. I saw both sides of the stadium get on board. That piece of music, bro, I don't know what that dude was thinking.
And it's simple.
Simple.
It's nothing hard about the song.
Like, bro, how you come up with that?
Jesus, man.
But think about him at the time. Somebody could have said, that's too busy. You don't add bells with strings like that. Somebody's always critiquing the art until the art makes its presence known. Man. Herbie, it's everybody. Oh, you can't do electric jazz. That ain't jazz. That ain't this. Everybody trying to tell you about how and what your art should be instead of just interpreting it.
Either at the end of the day, just liking it or not.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, it's okay to not like it. That's an emotion. That's a feeling. It don't resonate with everybody. But like for you to say it's not art or it's not good, that's a different conversation.
Man, but sometimes you ask people why you don't like something, and I've had to do this with myself because it go back to, or am I trying to connect with the person? Like, do I know their life, or I'm just connecting with the art? Like, you ask somebody why you don't like it, and the only reason they don't like something is, I just don't like it because I don't like him. What sense does that make?
But think about the question that you just posed. Why don't you like it? You didn't state why. Now I'm sending you on a quest to find something. Think about that. I never ask people why they don't like it. I say, well, it's okay that you don't like it. Maybe I can give you a different version. Because there's nothing wrong with the version I created.
Oh.
It's the vision I had in my mind. But if you want something different, I can create you something different. But when you give people an opportunity to be negative about your work, that gives them an impression to think that that's validated. And that's what we got to stop doing as artists. We got to create. Hey, if you don't like it, matter of fact, 808 and Heartbreaks, Heartbeats. Let's talk about, like, everybody thought it was crazy. You can't make an album around 808s. That album became massive.
One of his best-selling albums, probably, for real. The game changed the music game.
It's the same thing with
Drake.
every birth Drake, bro. People, that's why Drake tell you, like, bro, if I'm doing what y'all want me to do, I'll never evolve. I'll never remain true. And that's why I say, even when he did Loverboy, like, all that stuff, hard, like, bro, people clown him. You can't do a EDM record. Bro, I'm worldwide. Y'all just want me to make hit like rap? I'm more than just, he's not rap.
Yeah,
Drake is an artist.
Yeah. You gotta accept it. He's an artist. And that's, I feel bad because I don't really just rock with Drake, but that when I think about it,
bro, I just
gotta like it, bro.
I respect the fact that he can keep reinventing himself. You gotta look at it from the bigger picture. You will be in a space like, bro, where you at? The 20-year-old version of Ray is not the Ray I see today. 20-year-old version of Ray, y'all was just, boy, y'all were ambitious. Y'all wanted to make, it was just about proving to people like, bro, we are smashed, we going hard. Like, bro, y'all was killing anywhere y'all could get on the stage. Bro, y'all was cooking. Like, bro, Sarai, I remember Sarai, like, leaving service, packing his little joint up, driving back to the bro. We gotta kind of like, we playing in the yard somewhere. Like, bro, y'all was playing everywhere. And then y'all were like ahead of your time because y'all just really had all this music built up
from different backgrounds. That was the craziest thing.
And it was like this fusion pot. And Mississippi had never seen nothing like y'all, man. And y'all was just different. Like, bro, the stuff y'all was doing, it was just nuts. Like, bro, I remember seeing a video y'all, like, on stage. And, like, bro, y'all was doing, like, the most fusion, funk. Like, bro, y'all was cooking, man.
With a rapper on top of it. We doing all this stuff with a rapper on top of it. Like,
and you can see, like, 6 people in the audience actually understood, like, the complexity of what y'all was doing. The rest was just like, yeah, this is like cool. Like, these my guys. But like, bro, y'all be playing your hearts out. And that's why I say, like, sometimes the art you create is out of season. Sometimes you can be ahead of your time, right? Or your community. Sometimes the thing that you create is meant to be in a different market. Sometimes it's not meant to be where you are. But we got to be understandable to the fact that that's okay too. Like, I didn't cook and become the creative I did in Mississippi. I had to go outside of Mississippi to get those opportunities, to get a chance to even see what that creativity looked like. But then I always came back home. And if you remember, I was doing conferences. One of my first conferences was like in '05, that was right around Katrina, somewhere in there. And I had a Back to the Basics conference. I had Bobby Sparks, I had Sean Martin, I had
moly.
Spanky McCurdy on
Jesus.
drums. I had Cal Coon, you know Coon. Calvin, he plays with Maze right now.
Calvin Napier.
Calvin Napier.
Yeah.
Coon he was there as well. Richard Smallwood. Who else, man? It was a gang of people that was coming through. Bro, that was my first conference. 20 people showed up. The stuff everybody doing now with the clinics and all that stuff, like, bro, I was one of the first people to do that. Matter of fact, Spanky told me, he was like, bro, nobody's ever hired me to come do a conference. Like, Bobby was sweating because he had never spoke to an audience before, like, just about music.
But these like goats.
Goats, man. And guess what? People barely showed up. Now, they showed up to the concert, but to sit and learn from these dudes, like, nobody in the state. And I was like, man, I felt so bad. I was like, bro, so sad, because I was like, man, I just knew people were going to gravitate to this. Like, I'm bringing these people, these legends to the coast. Outside in the other markets that I would see them in Chicago, it would be standing room only.
Packed.
Like, matter of fact, all my guys was like, bro, why you ain't do that in Chicago? Like, bro, you know how much, like, how successful that would have been? You could have brought this to Nashville. You could, and I'm like, bro,
this got to be done here, though.
I want to develop my area. Yeah. So that's why I said sometimes things can be out of season, man. Like, sometimes you can be ahead of your time. Sometimes you can have an idea that may not fit the community that you reside in. Doesn't mean it wasn't a great idea. Just mean the timing was off. If I did that conference today, it'd be packed. Be standing room only. But guess what? I'm not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
See, and that's a good transition. That's a good transition, a good segue into how you went from that guy, that person, that musician want to put on the conferences, into the man that we see today, which is the your company BEPS, Beyond Expectations, right?
Yes.
So, what was the transition like, getting from just the musician side to I want to have this company, this business?
It was a hard pivot. I'm not gonna say it was easy. Everybody knew me for music and production. So when I started saying, hey man, I'm in video now, people laugh. Like, literally, bro. Like, people was like, bro, I ain't know what. Get out of here. You doing video? Like you in, like, what? You doing marketing? Like, nah, man. Like, boy, stop. Like, let's get the studio session going. I'm like, nah, man, I don't do that anymore. Like, that's not where my focus is. Because what's funny is, like, when I was in high school, I always wanted to do film and whatnot.
You went to Berkeley, right?
Yeah, I went to Berkeley. I attended Berkeley, got a degree in music production and technology. That's how I was doing all the studio stuff. But I wasn't satisfied, like, right? You know, I've always wanted to do film, and I always loved video. My high school counselor told me that black people couldn't make money in it.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So I abandoned. She kind of blew that flame out, and that's how I got into audio. But I kept having this desire to come back to video, and when the opportunity presented itself, I ended up going to Full Sail, and I got my degree there, my film degree there. But before that, I bought a little Samsung Handycam, and bro, I took that thing everywhere. I was just filming all kind of stuff, like anything I could get my hands on, little sheds we were doing, whatever. And then I started learning about editing. When iMovie first dropped on Apple, that was how I started learning editing. And I maxed out iMovie to where I was doing stuff in iMovie. People thought, like, bro, how are you doing this? I would export it in iMovie, re-import it, layer something over the top of that, and I kept just cooking that way, right? And then it taught me how to maximize the things that I had access to. And one thing I'll say, Ray, because I know you have a lot of creatives that watch your show, is that we as creatives got to stop jumping from thing to thing.
Ooh.
We got to master what we have, right? So I stuck with iMovie for a long time. And then I ended up getting my first opportunity to work on an actual film set that forced me to go to Final Cut. And it was Final Cut 7. I was very different than iMovie, but I had a guy that was willing. He gave me a book that was thick, bro. Like, you remember those how-to make, like, for dummies?
Yeah, the yellow joint. The yellow joint.
He gave me a Final Cut for dummies. When I tell you I read that joint cover to cover 3-4 times, and I taught myself how to edit within that. Like, a lot of people don't want to put in the work for the things that they really say they want to do. But if you jump, and even with my cameras, like, I had guys, like my homeboys would jump on Reds, they would jump on, man, every 5 seconds, every new camera that came out, they would jump. I shot on an FS 100, a Sony joint, for years. And people used to say, like, bro, how are you doing that making that camera look like that? I can tell you right now, that camera inside and out. I can tell you about the Super 35 sensor, how well it shoots in dim light. I can tell you what lens I need to make it work. Man, I shot all kind of people. I shot with Beyonce with that joint. I've done a number of things with that camera that most people would not think would be applicable to what I was creating. But if you master something, this is like bass. I told you. Some people, you see them, they play a 5-string bass today. Next week, they on a 6. 2 days later, they're on a 4. They doing all these things that, like, bro, you master the neck on 1.
Yeah.
The neck on a 5 is different than the neck on a 4 because you gotta know that whole fretboard to get some of them sounds.
Hey.
You come on, Ray. Talk to me.
I don't know. I look at that one different just because I look at that different when it comes to bass playing just because once I learned the neck, I just feel like I learned the neck. But that's the only difference. But
you a little exception to the rule. I keep telling you, you're not the normal situation. For a typical guy learning or a lady learning to play bass, a 4-string.
From me teaching people though, I have realized that like, they just don't grasp the concept that it's the same thing. You just adding a string.
Yeah.
I be like, dang, they really don't grasp the concept.
But see, that's the same thing I would say about film. Like what I see with film, you don't see that? Like how you could just do this?
Yeah.
And to a typical person, they like, bro, it ain't computing that way.
Yeah.
And that's why I say there's a difference when you have just a little extra level of special. Like there's layers to creativity. For you to be able to say, I'm a professional, right? You can know a skill. Like you can be a skilled musician. Some people can learn theory and know how to read music and play. If you ask them for anything outside of that, they're lost. They can play. Now, if you chart it and you put it in, they'll play it note for note. But the ability to create from nothing is where we begin to separate ourselves as creatives. And that's the difference. And that's why I say with you can't add yourself to the formula because you different, man. Like what's normal for you is not normal for the average person.
That's so wild to me because I don't feel that way. Like I don't feel like I'm no different than everybody else.
I was the same way, man. I always thought I was just like the typical dude, and I always wanted to be like one of the guys, but I never fit in. Like no matter what I did, I've never just been the guy that could just be typical. Everybody either looked to me because they just noticed I was different. Like the stuff Lowe's doing is at a different. It's different.
It's at a different clip than what we do. Yeah.
But I kept trying to go backwards and be in the crowd and not be in the lead. And that's why I tell you the same thing with you, man. Like your ability to arrange and do what you do and just create, like, bro, it's not normal. And that's why I always encourage you just to go forward. Like, really open that door for so many other people, because the way you see things, the way you hear things, the way you position things only makes opportunities for more. And I say this, I put more money in other people's pockets than they do mine, right?
Mm.
But that comes at the price of being chosen to lead. When you're a forerunner, listen to that. You run ahead. You're at the forefront. Some of us don't have the luxury of just benefiting from people. We have to pave the way. And that's a lonely road sometimes, which is why I say most people think I'm extroverted. No, bro, it's lonely. Like when I go to the crib, ain't nobody calling to check on me like, how you doing, dog? I don't get them phone calls because they expect me to just keep running and doing the things ahead. And that's what leading feels like.
Damn, low. Hey, that was tough. Ooh.
Yeah, man. That's the truth, bro. And the quicker we understand that and we make peace with it, we can actually keep growing. That's how we grow. Because nobody is gonna check on you like that, bro. It's just you provide something. Like, think about it. How often do you walk out and say, hey man, sun is shining, bro? Thank you. No, you expect it because I benefit from it. Now, go out and the sun's not there. You notice it and you say, man, it's dark. Bro, where the sun at?
We got clip that out. We got clip that out, Lord. Hey, God dang.
And that's how we are with people, man. Till we disappear, they don't notice.
Low, that heavy. I don't even know how to come out of that there, but that's heavy, man. Cause I think about like me. I think about like Willie, like the people that I know that's trying to do something at like a high clip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to do it at a high clip and in the building it from the ground.
Yeah.
Like, that's tough, man.
That's why you got to find people with like-minded entertainment, man. Like I look for people who build. That's why I told you, I don't mind driving up here, man. I see what you're trying to build. I understand it. Like we talk about our shared interest is Joe Budden. People don't understand why Joe don't just fold up and just take a check. I understand what Joe building.
Bro, they building
Bro.
a conglomerate, man.
Like, people don't understand. People like gratification now. That's why the 9-to-5 system works, right? People don't go, like tomorrow's, let's say Monday, right? Nobody goes to work Monday saying, man, I wonder if my check's gonna be there Friday. They like the belief that it's already there. But what happens when you get to Friday and they say, yo, business was a little tight this week. We ain't got it. Now, the next question isn't, oh my God, what am I gonna do next week? How are y'all gonna fix it? Because when we become conditioned to depending on somebody, we expect them to make our world remain the way it is. And when it doesn't, we throw a hissy fit. Think about how many people you created opportunities for. The moment you can't give them what they think they were going to get, they throw a tantrum. Bro, what do you mean the gig got canceled? I said I had already spent that money, dog. I ain't tell you to spend that money. I presented you an opportunity. I can't make them have a gig. I can't make them get married. I can't make the opportunity. Like, it ain't in my power to do that. Yeah. It was in my power to offer you an opportunity to grow. But what your decisions are yourselves, but they don't see it like that. I see it as Ray was going to take care of it, and I thought I could depend on that. Bro, come on, man. You want me to be your savior, bro? Like, bro, I can't. It don't work like that. But here's the difference. You can get with somebody like Willie, and Willie says, oh, I understand. That's business, dog. What's the next step? Like, how do we go fix? Like, what's the next thing we going after? Because we have like-minded entertainment. When you building something, Why do you think architects don't have the builders in the room? Think about that. When a blueprint is being made, they don't have the builders in there. They have people who understand what this could be. Then we give it to the contractors. The contractors just follow directions. But the people who have the vision to see
have
what
to
this
see it.
Come on, man.
They have to see it.
You cooking now. Visionaries are small in the room. It's not a crowded room with that. There's plenty of people on a house that, like, bro, you got people pouring concrete. You got somebody putting framing. You got electricians,
insulation, all type of
insulation.
stuff.
Look out now. See, when it's that, the room is full. But the vision part of it, bro,
It's very few.
Very few. So that's what helped me in business. That's what helped me pivot. I started finding the people that could understand what I was saying. Because I lost a lot of people, man, trying to force contractors into the vision room. They weren't architects.
Ooh, say that again.
Yeah.
Say that again.
I lost a lot of people. Like, seriously.
Trying to force contractors
to be architects.
Jesus.
It's a different lane being an architect. They got to know just as much as the contractors, but they also got to know the cost of what it takes to build it. Like, somebody could tell you right now, bro, if we use steel frame in this studio versus, like, brick, they know the cost of that. They know the cost of putting sheetrock up versus putting metal framing and different things. They can tell you what, like, birch wood costs versus just a standard 2x4. Like, they know. Like, people who, they don't even have step foot in there. They can tell you the cost of the vision. They know what it costs. Contractors don't know. They know what
they deal with. What they deal with. Sometimes you just gotta.
Yeah, man.
Accept that that's the role that somebody gonna play.
Absolutely.
Like, bro, you just be the contractor. Boy, you drop some bone then. Ooh,
Yeah, man.
Hey.
It's a lot of lessons learned along the way, man.
So, did you? When did you start the transition? Like, how long ago was the transition to go from music to full-time business owner / creator?
Well, I went in. My company started out like in music, but the shift was around, I would say, around 2011, 2012, somewhere in there. And that's when we really just started cooking. Like, and it was hard because I had to go back to ground zero. Like, as a videographer, like, nobody knew. I had nothing to show. Like, it was just all grunt work. So I had to start back in the mud of building the name for myself all over again. Now, the relationships I had based on my music helped in a lot of manner. But you got to think, too, by that time, my daughter was like 5. So me being on the road like I was when she was little was different because my absence was affecting her development.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to make that as less as possible. And matter of fact, I was talking to some young people today about, when you're in your 20s, before you get like all settled down and trying to do relationships, go experience life. Go do things. See what you're great at. Go try something. Travel. Go visit. Because for me, it was a struggle because I was going in and out of these markets. And you got to think, when I was in these markets, I was somebody with a name. To come home.
Rock star low.
And be like nobody. People like, bro, I don't know you for that. Like, and not get opportunities was rough. Like, never to be celebrated by your community for all these amazing things you doing, moving. I was just like, man, it was humbling. Like, and people were like, bro, why don't you move? Like, man, to this day,
bro.
People in LA be like, bro, won't you just, like, bro, we need you out here. I'm like, nah, man, but my home state, like, bro, I can't leave this work undone.
Let me cause we've been serious now. We've been serious for a while. I want to get into some funny stuff.
Come on, man, talk to us.
But before we get into the funny stuff, you bring up moving.
Yeah.
I think I may have said this on another episode, but this something I think I was telling them about this, Dino and Kobe about this. I may have told Willie too. I know I told Willie, but like I've gotten to a point where it's like I don't want to move because I want to be the proof that you can do it from here.
Absolutely.
But I've also gotten to the realization that like I may not be the proof that you can do it from here, but I may be the proof to somebody that be like, if I just do what he did and do more,
Yeah.
that it can be done from here. Is that from a big brother standpoint?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good mindset to have, or like, is that like, am I accepting defeat, or like, should I? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think it's different for everybody. Like, if it affect your coins and your livelihood, I would say do what you got to do.
Mm.
But I also feel like if you build your name up high enough now, like I'll give you a great example. J. Cole. Dreamfest is in North Carolina.
Mm.
They pack that joint out every year now. Cole didn't want to do it in New York. He could make 4 times the money in New York or LA or Austin. But he want people to come to where he is. But he built his value up high enough to where people would come where he is. So I give you the task that I give myself. Can we build our names up to be valuable enough to where people will come rock with us on our home front? Because think about it. Like, if I rock with you, bro, you can be like, bro, I'm going to my mama's house. Your mama will probably stay somewhere off the beaten path. If I rock with you, I'm going to your mom's house. Like, are you really my dude if you ain't been to the house? Like, if my mama don't know you, dog, like, we probably ain't.
You ain't my man 50 grand.
Yeah. Like, my mom gonna cook for you. It's just that whole thing. Like, when somebody know your mama, dog, it's a little bit different. And that's why I say, like, I'm trying to cook my name to the point where I can call people home and you come rock with me and you meet my mom, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Same thing with you, man. But it's a lot of work. Cole will tell you dog, you got to cook.
It's a lot of work. It's like, and then.
But it also goes back because we was talking pre-pod, not giving all your value away. When you hear a Cole feature, you know Cole. Like Cole just jumped on that Summer Walker.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Walker. Like, bro, it's that vibe. When you hear a Cole verse, I'm stopping because I know he's saying something. Same thing with Kendrick. When they pop out, you can't just go see them everywhere. Like, I fool with Drake, but Drake be everywhere, bro.
Everywhere with
I feel
everybody.
like, dog, like, you giving me heat. But, like, bro, just go missing sometimes, man.
Make us miss you, man.
Yeah, did you see how he just dropped he got a new album coming?
Yeah, I seen that for the dogs. I said, oh, you just released last year.
But you know what it was? It's an answer. Drake. So let me explain. Drake is cultural. If you're trying to be a cultural person, you got to do what Drake doing. Because Drake knows I have a great body of work, but if I disappear, people are going to forget about me. Cole knows I have so much substance in my art.
People are going to always search for me.
Like Basquiat. Basquiat has been gone. People still painting, tattooing that little crown on.
Yeah.
I just bought his book the other day, another joint on him, because his work is so valuable. We still ingest it. So there's 2 sides of it. You can be a cultural person that got to keep going with the trends, or you could be a substance person, just like Andre 3000, where when I pop out,
it's big.
It's a masterpiece.
Like that Killer Mike record is big.
Even the joint he did with Kanye.
That messed me up. That song did.
Boy,
that messed me up.
It's tough.
I don't know, man. It's hard just trying to. You gonna get on to me for saying it's hard, but I just think it's hard, like building this stuff, man. Because you gotta have, like, looking at it from all aspects, like funding, the right people, you believing in yourself. it's just like, man, all this, it's a big storm at one time and you having to like face everything. Like, bro, it can be done. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know you can do it, but at the same time, it's like, how do I do this?
So I can give you my experience. So funding, right? We all need funding. Where do we position ourselves to get funding? Like, do we really understand what we mean? Let's just be real. We want somebody to give us some money.
I don't. That's just the
All
honest
right,
to God truth.
so let me tell you about it because I've been fortunate enough to work with some people with millions who are millionaires. The first thing a millionaire wants to know is how do I make my money back? Also, what percentage of that do I get for my investment? So when we say we want funding, do we want somebody to donate? Because there's a difference in funding it.
You can crowdfund it.
Where it's donations.
Yeah.
So even if you get a donation, do you have a 501c3? Is it certified? Is it guaranteed where I can write this off tax-wise? Most of the time we don't have our paperwork together, right? Or is it, hey, I need funding as an investment. Let's say you wanted to do a festival. The way you bring in...
That's a goal.
That's a goal, right? So then what does ticket prices look like? So if I give you $500,000, what does that look like for me as an investor? Do I own part of this? Are you going to make me a partner? Do I get 20% on top of my investment? Like how much, like what does that look like? What's the incentivization for me to give you or loan you this money? We don't ever go to that step. Even with the studio here. If I was impressed and I said, man, I want to give y'all $100,000. You could easily say, oh man, we got $100,000. He want to donate. He want to give us, fund us with $100,000. But then I'm just say, hey man, I want to be a part owner. How much of a percentage do I get from my $100,000? Y'all can expand, you can finish, you can do all the development that you want to do. But what does that give me in return? So I want my investment back. Plus,
plus a little piece.
You see what I'm saying?
Equity.
Willie may say, bro, I've been struggling. Like, bro, like we've been like, dog, we've been dogging to get here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I just want to give you 30%. But then you don't want my money. No, I ain't say that either, but let's come to a compromise. So all of those things go into it, man. So it's like we want the result of something without actually strategizing about what it looks like. And that's why a lot of times we don't get the money because we can't answer those questions. And then the thing is, what do you need? How long does it take? Is it phase one? How long does that take? Is it 2 months? Is it 3 months? Is it 6 months? Do you know how many permits you need to run a festival? See, like when we start getting, like money is easy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they all tell you. Me giving you the money is easy.
But do you know the groundwork to everything?
There you go. That's why we don't get money.
God doggone it. God doggone it, man.
I'm telling you, man, I'm moving in a lot of circles and I'm learning a lot of things, man. Like you really got to be on top of like all your P's and Q's before you ask people to come and invest in something.
Mm-hmm. See, that my thing is like I be knowing that I don't know all that stuff, so I don't even ask people.
But then who are you surrounding yourself with? I just try to
grind it out. But
no, man, we got to position ourselves. You should like your bank, right? Do you know the guys that run your bank? You just deposit your money and go. Who the business developer?
I don't even know.
See, all these things are things I tell people you got to figure out.
If you don't know the people, business, they good at business banking.
Yeah.
Shout out to community. Sponsor your boy. We'll do you an ad.
I'm full with community too. Communities are great. And if you aren't utilizing your relationship with community, then you're already losing.
God, dog.
Because listen, money that sits in the bank don't make money. So you got to ask them, how do I make my money fluid? What are some ways I can use it, invest? Did you know you can invest as a business with community to make more money? No, we don't have them conversations. And they sit there at a desk every day, 9 to 5, and we don't ever walk in and talk to them. They don't know who your business is. They don't know what your goals are. They don't know what you're aspiring to do. And your money just sits there to pay bills.
Holy moly donut shop. Holy Ghost. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We gonna have to have some private conversation about this. I gotta get right. I gotta get right, man. Cause it's just, we aspire to do so much, man.
Yeah.
Everybody in this room aspire to do so much, but it's the knowing stuff like that.
It is.
The knowing stuff like that. And I say this all the time, man, cause I used to tell Kobe about this. Kobe used to be like, man, these people should know. They should know. But it's like, a lot of times you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, how can I expect you to be able to,
articulate something about me that I'm not even doing myself?
You don't know. So if you don't know about that side of business or that, they just want you to come in there and talk to them about doing all this.
And I would say this too. So are y'all in the Chamber of Commerce here?
I am not.
So let me tell you a thing that they do not share with us. I like Willie said, that's on the list. So the state will offer grants, right? Now, these grants are things you don't have to pay back. Like, they give money to small businesses, but you only get access to the grant money if you're in the Chamber of Commerce. So they don't tell you. When you see people getting these grand openings and they in the newspaper or they on the news, there's a reason they do that. But you want to be in because now the city's incentivized to see your business succeed. Like, I ain't recognized half of Hattiesburg. Like, bro, the way they developing, like, bro, y'all should be getting some of that money. Some of them, bro, they ain't fronting all that themselves. They getting state development, small business money to expand and grow. The city is doing that. Go to them city meetings, man. Like, sit in. Like, who are you guys? Hey, man, we smack blah, blah studio. Yo, I'm one of the move. You got to, this is what we do. These are the services we provide. If anything come through the state or the city that y'all need, that's the other thing the chamber does. They navigate funding or just business. Hey, somebody call in the chamber. Hey, we coming into town. We're a label. Our artist is performing somewhere, but we want a place off the beaten path. We in Jackson. We performing in Jackson, but we drive to Hattiesburg to record.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got any recording studios? Guess who they not going to shout out? If you not in the chamber.
They don't even know you exist. God.
Oh, they can know you exist. You not in our chamber. So we not going to give you that business. And we miss things and we struggle, and they know there's a life shelf expectancy to what you're doing because you can't survive like that if you don't have people feeding you business. And they'll flip this space to something else.
Oh, that's mind blowing to me. I would have never in the creative space.
Yeah,
I would have never guessed that the city would like shoot business your way.
Absolutely.
Because this is my perception of the creative space, and I may be a little wrong, but like just being in it so long, it's just like, man, you have to go to the work. You have to always be searching, finding work. But it's like, man, you can get in areas that like,
bro, they send you business.
Bro.
Absolutely. They will send you business. And certain contracts only come through the chamber. You got to pay to play. That's where it comes from. Like, there's things, even with the college, like, bro, there's things that y'all could be offering to do that they have money to pay vendors for. So you got to be a vendor. You got to be, like, they tell you where to go to get the business, to compete. But a lot of times we just think just because we open the doors that business is going to come in. No, that's a fluke, bro. Like, to have longevity, you got to be tapped into the pipelines of things. Like, there's governmental contracts. You don't think the government has people who need voiceovers? 2 voiceovers in here could pay your rent for the month, for the year.
For the year, if you do it right.
You ain't even got to do it right. They don't care. They just need it. No, that's what I'm telling you. Like, bro, I done been in jobs where I get $15,000 and it's the easiest joint. It's one light, somebody's talking, and they reading a script of whatever, safety. Like, bro, that COVID stuff. Hey, do. They just reading. All right, yeah, bounce it, send it here, email it, Dropbox it, whatever. We transferred, and the PO will be there. We'll process it in a week.
And send you a check. Jesus.
But you'll never know that because you're not in the circles. We sitting in there creating, hoping somebody going live. Man, no, dog. So much money that goes off. Just look at the state report, bro. Like, look at the amount of business. They tell you, bro, Chamber of Commerce did exchange $1.7 million worth of business in the last fiscal year. Like, bro, what I tell you about percentages? What percentage of that did you get?
And if you did 1%, you didn't do no business. You didn't do no business, man.
Even with the local schools, bro, y'all would be in there recording their choirs. Hey, man, we can come in. I know y'all got money allocated. Here's a program. We can come in. We can set the mics up. Their recitals. We can record that whole thing.
I think that'd be low balling though.
Are you in the conversation?
That's real though. That's real though.
And the first one, you may have to prove yourself. Show what the product looks like, right? So you eat that, but you invoice it, and you say, hey, we donated it to the school. But that money is write-off. You say, hey, man, we donated these services. Can somebody sign off on this letter that y'all receive these services, validated, boom, boom, boom. Mm-hmm. You file that. You can use that in taxes, right? So you do that, but then you said, we only doing one of those. You take that project, you say, hey, we want to do a presentation for you. Smash Studios, this is what we can do. This is what it looks like. This is what it sounds like. The school to say, well, how can we get this to parents? Hey, you can monetize this by putting this behind a blanket wall. If parents want access to it, you want to send it to grandma, you can get this MP3 for a price of $5, $10. Yeah. You do that times 500 kids who was involved. It's a nice little day, doc.
They made their money back. Plus
and you got yours. Yeah. This is how we justify it. It won't be at a cost to you because the parents are gonna want it. Dog, everything in business is supply and demand. Let's build a demand for it, let's supply it. Sometimes there's already a demand and we just need to supply it. But one thing about kids is parents always want documentation of what their kids are doing.
For sure. Always. They end up with cell phones going live. My sister be there with that trash cell phone going live, try to document it. Girl, let's pay for this for real.
Bro, I would have them doing, bro, you trying to do TikToks, you trying to do whatever, you can come right in here. $20. You get 30 minutes. $20. $25, $40. What I tell you about them quick, easy. Don't cost us nothing. We turn the light on. You cook. You want your lighting right? There you go. Yeah. Don't cost us nothing. Man. I'm gonna have my man Dino doing these high school players. So now you gotta think, right? High school players at college, college is the new pro. So
yeah, the NIL.
So how do you position yourself for branding? You gotta show people you brand worthy. Headshots. You gotta do little videos. I'm gonna come in and do training. I'm gonna follow you at the gym one day. What does that package look like? For $200, I'll come knock you out a little joint that you can put up on. You can send out to schools. You can send out to brands. Dog, that's an easy hustle.
I told his ass.
Let's do the math. You do 5 of them a week?
Y'all finna get me a camera.
Come on, man. Do the math.
I'm joining the world.
It costs you maybe 2 hours to do that.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, Lo. I'm gigging and played out on me, man.
Bro,
I love music. I love music all my life. I love it, man. But
you gotta elevate, bro. I want to get paid for my mind. That's where I'm at now. That's the stage I'm in. I don't want to have to literally be doing the work. I want to be able to think the work and tell somebody else how to do it. That's where you really get to elevating. When you become the brains behind the operation and you ain't got to physically touch it. I can give Dino 12 ways right now how to make money. 12 ways.
I don't know if Dino gonna listen to you, but
anybody listening, I give gain away.
Oh no, Dino gonna listen
so
to you.
I'm gonna give you people some stuff that serve me, right? So if you, whatever service you do, right? So if I told you, if I sold websites, I said, or if I did, I say, like, I would say, Ray, I love Scatterbrain, man. Where can I find your website? Buzzsprout. I can find it on, but I don't want to go.
Host.
That's your host on there. Okay. Do you have a video that tells you a little bit about the podcast and how you got started?
I don't.
You don't? Why?
Lazy.
Okay, well, what if I took that away from you? What if I told you I would come do that video for you? What does that mean to you? What does that cost? What is the value of that?
Ooh, I don't know. You tell me.
No, I'm telling you, if I told you that you having that video would increase your awareness and your podcast would go, which would lead to more sponsorships because now your analytics are up, would that interest you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, let's sit down. Let's say if I told you if it started around $200, would that get you in the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
But what if I told you that it was maybe $1,000 to really make it A1? Could we possibly talk about making that happen? I can see $1,000 too high for you right now. What if I met you in the middle and said 500?
That'll work.
We can work that out. You could probably figure out $500 for a video that would get you more awareness and more impact for your company and your podcast, right? So, well, how much time do you have to allocate to do it?
I have a day.
All right, well, I can shoot it in a day. I can do it for 500. Can I get your handshake on that and we can go forward?
That's great.
See how easy that was? I do that all the time.
Why? I just about to say that sound like that Future video. That sound the Future.
Oh, my boy Chris Doe.
That sounds just like
yeah.
Ooh.
Services literally providing a solution to a problem. I'm a video guy, so I always ask people about their videos.
Let me ask you something. See, that's what I'm saying. Low. As a musician, cause see, I'm not a video guy. So I'm
just strategy.
I try to take these principles and apply it to what I'm doing right, which is like I'm a more the production. I want to be a music production guy. I want to be a mix engineer, recording engineer, and I want to do like basically what Corey Henry doing, or Corey Wong. Yeah. I want to be the front man, and this is my band. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Then I can put on festivals and stuff like that. So how do I apply that type of stuff into that? Because when it comes to the negotiation table, I'm not actually solving a problem in that space.
So let me ask you. So what you want to do is end up being a forefront guy for that, right? So how many bad festivals happen every year?
Man, thousands.
All right. So you partner with somebody with a bad festival and say, I noticed that your festival probably wasn't to the liking that you want. Here's what I could do for you. If you give me an X amount, I can come in and I can fix your festival. Now, what I want is the experience of seeing how to run and to gain my resume. So I'll come in and I'll manage correcting the production of your festival. I'll manage the artists. I'll find people who fit very well together. And then I will curate a festival that will allow your audience to be pleased and happy. I'll even showcase my band as a part of it. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to walk away from that conversation saying, no, I'm good. No, because they want to salvage what they have left. If you come presenting a solution to my bad problem, I'm going to listen. You just got to tell me how you're going to do it. Most people don't know how they're going to do it. How do you fix a bad festival? Well, number one, you probably had people involved that just weren't motivated to play. They got up there, they didn't really give their best.
They wouldn't at a.
They weren't vetted.
Yeah.
They probably oversold their ability.
Yeah.
Hey, no, send me some music so I can hear. You know music. Nah, I hear that. The quality's trash. That's not what we doing. You fix the festival. Guess what people are going to say? Man, I don't know who they got this year, but the festival was a lot different than it was last couple years. Oh, that was right. Man, people get to talking. Who fixed y'all festival? Hey, man, how they get this Ray guy? Now they competing against our festival. Whatever they paid you, we'll double that. Come over here. Now you're getting opportunities, right? And now you're establishing yourself as a man who can do festivals. Think about how many shows Adam Blackstone did before he really got the ability to do what he's doing with his company. You gotta, like, bro, getting in the mud is where you prove yourself. Anybody can walk into a great situation and all you doing is trying not to crash. It's a little different when you go to a team where everybody suck and you got to turn it around. That's why I tell you I respect LeBron. Bro, Cleveland.
That first inning in Cleveland, everybody be talking about he got swept by the Spurs. You expecting to win was Ilgauskas, Varejao,
and he made them boys look like they could hoop.
Larry and Holmes, or whatever his name is. Like, bro, man, that man was
against one of the greatest teams of all time, man.
Bro, he wasn't
like, bro, David Robinson was on that squad, dog.
He shouldn't have been there.
And Tim Duncan.
He shouldn't have been there.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So you get your respect by doing the impossible. And I'll say this to you. I don't think it's as far-fetched as you think it is. You just got to solve some problems. Like, nobody's seen you fix a festival or do a festival. Start small. Do it one day. You can manage it one day. You can get funding for it one day.
Yeah, I just got to jump in the water.
But I would ask you this. Who would be your one-day roster?
My one-day, I got a fire one-day roster. I headline with Corey Henry. I try to headline, because I know in this market, if I did it here, I know in this market he'll bring people.
But Corey is going to come on at 7, 8 o'clock.
I'm saying, but
that's a lot of day to fill.
Yeah,
that's where the work is.
Yeah, the day.
You see what I mean? Like, all that gap in between, what does that look like? See, that's the stuff you got to figure out. Like, are you going to have one stage, multiple stage? If you do one stage, who's going to be the key sponsor of that stage? Who would benefit from being in front of that audience? All of those are things you got to think about.
Community.
So, community. You can ask Community Bank, have y'all ever sponsored a festival like this? They're going to want to know who's your target audience, who's your demographic. Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, from my analytics, that's what the thing. That if I'm looking at my personal analytics of my music and podcasts, it'd be most of the males, 18 to 40.
Okay.
You know.
No ladies? It's going to be a sausage fest?
It'd be sausage fest watching this. I'll be mad, boy.
Then you got to bring...
we got to find a way to get some women on here.
So listen, this is what people bring me in for. Because I would challenge you to say, well, who's a woman? What's the act that could bring women out? Because if you get women, you get their dudes.
True.
So then you see what I'm saying?
2 for 1.
2 for 1. See, everybody think about the end. No, you got to think about where the gaps are. The people who actually spend. And if you bring the ladies, the fellas gonna buy you more. Your lady gonna get thirsty. Now you getting concession. Now you know what I'm saying? Like all these things. Now the merch. What kind of merch can we get? Ladies, it's summer. Hey, yo, we gonna sell you the little cutoff joints that's cute. You get a little chick to style. Hey, what are girls like wearing right now? Or they like the sports bras or whatever the case is, right? The little shorts, yo, you had them, pick some of these out. Get some samples. Touch them, feel them. Which ones you like. You got to do your research. Then you say, all right, well, maybe we can get, Fantasia wouldn't be but 6,000. 7,000. She was, 7,000? Yeah, I think that was a going rate. Track show.
Oh, track show.
But Fantasia is a musical girl. You get a band on stage with a DJ, guess what she gonna do? She gonna have the band play. Especially if y'all can play it like her records.
Mm-hmm. True.
Beating the game, beating the system. My guys ain't here, but y'all can doom, 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 doom. She's gonna go with that over a DJ, like a record all day because she liked the live vibe.
Yeah.
So you play into some of those strengths that you know you can create, and you cook. You just cook. It's like, yo, man, let me add a little more season of this in there. You may get Jess Hilarious to come. She may be 3,000. Well, she'll just a little more than that.
Yeah.
But you may get B. Simone or somebody who could draw a crowd out. Or you get a little hot something who going hot on TikTok and you bring him out. Like, all that little stuff plays into the overall picture.
True.
And then you can sell it to the community. Say, hey, we want to do a pop culture event that can bring the community together. We're going to have some awareness out here. We're going to have some people out here, you know, talking about, you know, STD prevention or just getting a high blood pressure check. We're going to have somebody checking blood pressure and doing health screenings. They're going to pull a mobile up. So you add a community element. You start doing those type of things that are there. You Gucci.
It's
not hard. Nothing is hard when you strategize properly.
I guess I fell on the strategizing side. Like,
yeah, most people do.
But that's when we talk about it like that. It's like, oh yeah, it's not
hard.
I just get to it and figure it out.
Reverse engineer, bro. Yeah. Like, if you can reverse engineer, you can break it out, pull it apart. Think what you want it to look like. Staging, banners, sound, backline, all of those things. Start stripping it away. What does it look like? Security, bathrooms, logistics, parking. Who's got a cool little setup? Mm-hmm. Like, everybody get to trying to sell tickets. No, you need to really understand what the makeup of this looks like. And then you put it back together with the pieces that you need as you get them. And then you can say, man, the last thing we need is catering. Okay, well, let's reach out to food trucks. How many food trucks need an opportunity to be in front of 5,000 people? You're going to sell some chicken or some wings, even if you bad. Because people out here all day, they hungry.
Your little fish plate or something, man.
Man, keep it simple. Do your little fried shrimp, just fry some stuff, man. You all right? Put some Lowry's on it. That type of deal.
Little Tony Satchel.
Yeah, you can't mess that up, man. Drop them wings and go.
Man, that gave me a fire. I ain't gonna lie. That put a little fire.
Yeah, man. I want to see you do it, man. Like,
fire.
Yeah. Didn't hire me to come tape it, man. Put me in the budget.
Come on, man.
I'm going to hire some guys. We going to have the cameras like, bro, we going to sell the digital tickets. Then you sell the digital ticket to it.
Stream it.
Yeah,
making money everywhere. Come on, man.
Yeah, dog.
Low. I want to get into some funny stuff.
Let's switch it up, man. I've been giving all these gems out. This is a master class.
We got. I wish I had a Patreon. I'd put this up on the paywall, man. So when you called me yesterday and you mentioned this, it was funny because I really have been confused on this, and I've been wanting to ask somebody this. So with Oceangate, want to give my condolences to the 5 people who lost their lives. Want to be a little serious first. But I also want to tell y'all dumb as hell, in my opinion, for going down there with PVC pipes on and some. But why do you think these people paid $250,000 to go see the Titanic? Like, the Titanic is...
Bro.
Years it's been down there, bro. What we going down there?
All right, so... I just had this conversation, right? Have you ever really hung around somebody with money? Like, I ain't talking like
not that type of money.
I've never
hung around nobody.
I've been around people with like money. Like, I'm talking like 200,000 is play money.
Jesus.
So imagine. Let's just play this out, and this is all speculative. Because, you got to say that now with the pod and stuff. You got to speculative. We just speculative talking. If all your bills paid, you make money when you sleep. What do you think life is like, bro?
Sweet, not
boring.
Stressful.
No,
not stressful at all.
No, dog. You overdoing it. Boring.
Boring?
Yes. You think about what fills your day. You have to go make money, and then you got to take care of like the rest of your responsibilities. Imagine somebody wakes up in the morning and says, Ray, your crib is paid for.
Oh.
You don't have to worry about that. Like, your car is paid for. You don't have to worry about that. All you need is just pay your utilities and eat.
Yeah, that's too much freedom.
You like
I don't know what to
you
do.
you call your boys. Check it out. Let's play it out. You call your boys. Hey, yo, man, I ain't got nothing to do. What you doing? Bro, I gotta go to work. I don't get off till 5. Let me hang. Most of everybody doing that. They in the 9 to 5 rat race. Then you like, well, bro, everybody busy. What I'm gonna do? Somebody call you up and like, yo, Ray, what up, man? Like, we going on a trip. Come full off. Like, bro, you want to do something cool? Like, bro, we going to see the Titanic. I'm sure that's how all of them, they selling tickets to this Titanic thing. Let's go full off. It's only $250. Like, bro, for them people, $250 wasn't nothing. And let me tell you how crazy it is. The young dude that was unfortunately on the ship got drug on the joint. Who you know gonna pay $250 to send your kids somewhere they don't even want to go? Bro.
That's different. Like,
I can see Disney. Like, bro, you dragging your kid like it's $250,000, dog. For two of y'all, it's $500,000.
$500,000.
That's what I'm telling you, bro. It's different in these worlds, bro. Like, I've talked to people who were with people who climbed Mount Everest. You know how...
Bro, every time I hate Colorado. Every time I go, I can't breathe because it's too doggone high up.
And you gonna do that for fun? Like, bro, you ain't got no job. Like, what y'all just... Like, y'all just want to climb up where the air is thin.
And that's my biggest... You can work out and you can get yourself in good shape to survive this Mount Everest thing. But you spending $250,000 to go down somewhere.
Bro, you know the chances of you dying on a mountain?
It's high.
It's high.
It's high. It's high. Most people
if
die.
the cold don't get you,
most people die who go
you
up
got
there,
mountain lions, you got, bro, it's like, it's real up there, dog.
You probably run across a mountain goat.
Yes. Like, bro, seriously, they tie themselves up to go to sleep off the side of a cliff. Like, bro, what are we talking about? You shoot, like you nailing that in the side of a rock. No, sir. This is why I said, man, like, it's different when you don't have nothing to do, dog.
Can you be that bored though?
Yes.
Could you imagine being that bored in life?
Why you think Elon Musk the way he is, dog? Like, seriously, why you think these dudes with all this money don't sit still? They bored, bruh. They got to find something to do.
But they mind works so fast, though. Their mind works so fast. Like Elon Musk, his mind...
Elon is like that because he hired the smartest people. Think about it, if you sat in a room of geniuses, dog. Like, everybody was valedictorian. What would you cook up? Like, seriously.
You just throw your ideas out and let them...
They like, oh, yeah, we could do that with... We can do... And he's like, oh, okay. Ooh. Dog, it's different. It's different, dog. I was just shooting a joint with ESPN, right? So we was doing a fishing tournament. Now check this out. The average cost, this is like a 2-3 day tournament. The average cost, it was like 45, no less than 45, 50 boats. The average cost of the gas for them to go out was $250,000.
Man, God, Jesus.
Do the math on 250,000 times 45. It's like 4-point-something million dollars. In just gas, my guy.
Oh my, hold on. What my calculator?
Do the math. Yeah, pull it up.
Oh my.
250,000 times 45. What number is that? I was way off. 11 million what? 250,000.
Jesus.
They not winning nothing. They just out fishing. That's just for you to drive your $1 million boat. The cheapest boat out there was $1.3 million.
They just like deep sea fishing.
Oh, they out there. Blue marlin. Marlin. Dog. The prize pot was like 1.6. And they just used it to go do another tournament. For you to have a boat that's north of 1.3, and then you spend, like, bro, they told me, he said, bro, 250,000. Like, you don't even, why buy the boat if you can't afford the gas? This is what they all tell you. They all get money like that.
And all you win is 1.6?
1.6 is the win.
The boat costs 1.3. What am I here for?
It's for fun, dog.
What the?
And competing. They gotta find stuff to do. That's what I'm telling you. We live life. I was telling somebody, like, me doing what I do, I move in a lot of different circles. I'm fortunate. The first time I went to a real steakhouse, the guy, my client, was like, yo, we celebrating a great shoot. I want to take you out.
They different.
So they get he get wine first. He's like, yo, bring me a bottle of like something, he said, fancy, like 1832. Okay, well, it's like, it starts at $3,500 a bottle. His next words let me know the tone of what I was in for.
I'm a brokey, bro. In the words of Joe Budden, man, I'm a brokey, man.
So his next statement let me know how we live different. He said, yeah, we'll start there.
So that means we gonna work our way up.
Dog, that was the first time I understood steak had levels, right? The first piece of steak they brought was amazing. And then they didn't even bring like a whole steak. They bring like these cuts. And everybody at the table gets
a piece.
You pull a couple and you taste it and eat it. Then he was like, oh yeah, that's like the beginning. Like they're braising like this Wagyu.
That was prime cut.
Boy, it was like butter. I never had meat that was like butter. Like, dog, it was just different. I was like, y'all eat like this on a regular basis, dog.
I'm a brokey, man.
Fuck. Like, bro, the menus had no price tags. I'm in here looking like, because I'm thinking like, just in case he not covering this, I need to know where my section of the menu at, dog. And then he looks at, and he can tell by my face, I'm trying to be slick and, just trying to be cool and chill. He says, don't worry about it, Lo. I got it. The bill's on me. Just enjoy yourself.
Ooh.
I heard the dude bring the total.
50,000.
I felt bad, dog.
50,000.
Dog, it wasn't 50. It was like right at 12 grand. And dog, he swiped with no thought. And he said, yo, I really wish I could have gave you like a better experience. But like my guy, the chef, was out tonight. I'm like, dog, that's one meal. That's half of somebody's, like, bro, that's somebody's salary, dog. On a meal.
For one person.
It's levels to life, bro. How we see the world is dependent on how much we make. Like, these people, bro, they don't have the problems we have. Like, dog, we think about when we go to gas. Like, bro, they ain't thinking about gas. They ain't thinking about, because it's there. They know the money's there. Like, by the time I wake up tomorrow, the money I spent today is already back in my account. So going to see the Titanic is just us going to see a movie.
But that's 13,000 feet on the...
Dog, that's a Wednesday for them. Because you got to understand, too, and I went, I like to do a deep dive. They had some people successfully do it.
Yeah. This is not the first exploration.
But here's where I disconnect. Because the people that came back from the first trip said, like, bro, it was janky. Like, we made it back.
Barely.
But that joint was like it was some knocks and like noises. They just chose not to fix them. But like, dog, we ain't like, it wasn't like no cool copacetic. Like we came back with like, hey man, so the one, like the part I was sitting next to, that seat, like bro, I felt it like move, like pressure. And you gonna sign up and go like, then y'all fired all the people who were telling you that it wasn't ready? Ah, come on, man.
That's
one of the dudes was a billionaire. You could have gave money to make sure you straight.
if you paying $250,000. That's what I'm saying. You could have paid a little more. Go pay $5 and make sure everything
And then it's not
fine.
And my problem was it wasn't even a submarine, dog. Like it was a submersible vessel, which means that, like, bro,
It drops
sinks.
straight down. It just goes straight down. How it go back up? Is it a propeller, whatever, to get it back?
Well, supposedly it has a electronic joint that's connected to it to where they could raise it. But if the joint gets so far down where it's jacked up, it's not communicating back up to the ship.
Yeah.
Like there's no harness
That's
on
what.
it.
Like, why wouldn't there be? Why wouldn't you put a harness if you paying that? Like again, so that my first problem is you paying $250 to go. If that's crazy, you that bored, you want to go 13,000 feet. It's rare you even go 13,000 feet when you flying, right?
Bro,
So like you want to go 13,000 feet.
Have you ever been swimming like in a 13-foot pool?
I don't go past 8.
So if you go in a 13, you know what I'm talking about. If you go in a 13-foot pool and try to sit on the bottom, your head starts to feel like it's about to explode. That's 13 feet, my guy. Do that time. Like, ain't no way. You ain't gonna make, bro, your eardrums were burst in, like, bro, seriously, in like 13 feet. Like, it's crazy.
So what are we doing?
No. Ain't no, let's be honest. Ain't no, what are we doing?
That's another thing. Culturally, but you know what, Lo, we saying that, but that's because culturally we don't have as many people who got that type of money to play with.
Nah, listen,
if we had as many people who had that much money to play with,
right,
we would go down there.
I gotta stand up for
black people.
No, sir.
Bro.
No, sir. No, sir.
Bro.
Let me tell you something we don't play with. Water. Hey, we do some crazy stuff. We ain't playing with no water, dog.
I don't know, man.
No, man.
If we had enough people who had that type of money just to play with.
No, sir. And if you did, bro, if I call my mom right now and said, Mom, yo, check this out. I'm going to go down in this little ship 13,000 feet down. I know you lying. And what's wrong with you? Stop, boy, if you don't get your head on straight, bro, it ain't happening.
But it go back to what you were saying, though. You just said is we view life from the perspective of what we make. That's what I'm saying. If I real talk this, and I know I clown these people when we open this segment up. But if I really think about it, if I had $10 billion and I really didn't have to worry about nothing in life, and I was just sitting around and my homie hit me up like, hey, bro, we going down to see the Titanic today, bro. Jump on the ship, bro. $250,000.
All right, so
I may do it. I ain't gonna even lie.
Let me tell you.
Let's go see it, bro.
So let's talk. Let's walk through that then.
I went ziplining in the jungle, bro.
Ziplining, listen.
In the jungle though, Lo.
I understand that.
I wasn't ziplining in some regular place.
So how up were y'all?
Bro, we had to be at least, I don't know. We was in Costa Rica, bro.
So it wasn't
one zip line.
Like you're above the trees.
We in the trees. We like in the tree line, bro. And
Did you have a harness though?
I had a harness. It one zip line though. It was like once you got on, it's like 12 zip lines to get to the finish.
I get it, but you had a harness though.
You're right.
Now, if you got up to that and that harness looked like it was worn thin, like it was about to snap, would you have gotten in there?
No, I would not.
Okay. All I'm saying is we gonna validate some stuff before we get in it, bro. I need to see some footage. I need to see something. You give me this little tiny capsule and say we all sitting in there like this, no windows. It's a small port that we looking out of.
And we got to pass pee bottles.
It ain't no submarine joint. And y'all like, bro, I gotta wear a diaper too? Nah, dog. And nobody in your team and your crew gonna be like, oh, Ray, that's a great idea. Boy, if you don't sit your you know what we saying, man. Come on, dog.
When we talk about the details of it, I get it, but I'm just saying the idea. The idea
is fine.
If I had billions of dollars and I was just like,
Ray, if you'd have told me they were in a submarine, something that was tested, vetted, like James Cameron, who did Titanic. For them to do the Titanic, this dude spent millions researching. He even said, like, bro, there was ways to do this. Like, they discovered it. Like, for you to do that, there's ways to do it. Like, what y'all doing is, like, trying to be commando, dog. Like, it's like playing, trying to be a hero type deal. Like, bro, do it the right way and send people down safe where you can raise them back up and they come back the same. Trying to send them down in this new carbon fiber stuff is y'all just trying to be a commando. And I mean this, I love all walks of life, man. But the history of certain people on this planet, they like to do the impossible stuff. Like, they have the privilege of doing that kind of stuff. Come on, man. It ain't that serious.
Yeah, it really they tried to it looked like they tried to show that money make anything.
It's a flex.
And like money will make anything happen.
It's a flex, dog.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
sadly, it turned out it went south. But like, bro, come on, man. Like, you gotta know what you're getting yourself into, man. And that young dude knew, like, bro, this ain't it.
Yeah, he ain't want to go in there.
And
I feel sorry for him.
It sucks that they made him go anyway.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, but
because they said most likely they died like instantaneously.
Bro, they said you wouldn't even know you were dead.
Yeah, because like 2 nanoseconds,
the pressure snaps,
and then like it take 4 for your body to.
Your brain don't even know, like, it's a wrap.
Bro,
that's a terrible way to die, though.
You don't even know you dead.
I'm not laughing, dog.
You just with 1 minute, you talking. Oh, it's about to get bad. You hear that?
Hey, yo. Hey.
No, that ain't funny. No,
it ain't funny, dog.
Dude, that's crazy. 1 minute you talking and just you in. Never mind. Leave it alone, Ray. Leave it alone.
I'm not touching that.
You leave it alone. Look, we gonna move on.
That is Dino.
Dino in the back. He egging me on.
Man, hey, leave me. What Joe? Hey, matter of fact, if I could get up, I'd have just walked off on that one.
That is crazy.
But they gonna be talking about that one, man. That one, hey, that was an L.
But I think more people finna try to go now.
Oh, they gonna ramp up left and right, dog. You see, Virgin Airlines already got like the new jets to send you in space. Like, bro, these people, when you got money, you bored. I'm telling you, bro, they be bored. That's why they be in there. You be what is it called? Running with the bulls. Like,
anybody who doing that,
you running with an army of bulls, dog. Like, and they coming through. Like, boy. You catch a cramp, you do anything, dog. It's a wrap, dog.
You better be able to fight. Jump on a bull back or something.
Man, dog, I can't do it.
Man.
Like, bro, man. Ooh. Yeah, let me find like 2 Chainz, like exquisite stuff.
Yeah.
I be spending let me do that.
Like
man.
gold burgers and stuff like that.
Like, I can't do that other stuff. That adventurous, nah, man. That ain't it.
I'm just amazed that you can be that bored. Like, that amazes me. You can be that bored in life. Like, it's always something to do besides.
Hey, man, I'm good with watching movies, doing different things. Like, that's where I'm at, man. I don't need a whole lot.
See, another you gave me a good segue then, Lo. You into watching movies, so I want to know We're gonna do a little pop culture stuff right
All
here.
right, talk to
for
me.
the last 15, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Did you go see? Are you like a DC or a Marvel person?
I'm Marvel, but I fool with DC now since they had like Snyder and a lot of those guys doing it. I hate when they switched up DC. I started out DC, and then when they started trying to make it like the cookie cutter goody superhero can't. Nah, man, DC was always like their heroes were disturbed. I like a dark hero, man. Like for me, Thanos is GOAT, dog.
Thanos?
Yeah, Thanos was a genius.
Oh, so you think he? But you know what?
Boy, did you hear what he was?
He
like,
right
bro.
though. When people paying $250,000 to go see the Titanic,
No,
half of us need to go, bro.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here, man. That dude was saying a whole lot, bro.
For real though.
Like, bro, somebody got to make the hard decisions. Ooh. For the greater good of survival? Like, bro, man, I fool with that dude all day, dog.
I think he was just a little too reckless about it, though, man.
I don't think he was.
He could have.
I think the Avengers felt like they could save everything, and that's not life. That's not authentic. I think Iron Man realized that in the end, somebody's got to sacrifice something. Like, we all can't survive, bro. Like, everybody ain't gonna make it. Like, think about that. Like, we just talked about that earlier in the pod. Bro, you can't save everybody. Out of everybody you meet in your journey, somebody gonna get sacrificed. Somebody gotta take an L. For us to keep cooking, somebody gotta go down. And then some people gonna get damaged along the way. Look at Hulk. As strong as he is, bro, even some of the strongest people in your life
took his arm out.
Bro, you'll never be the same. You gotta adjust and adapt with a disability. But that's the cost of trying to save everybody. Cap got on out of here.
Checked on out.
Like, bro, I'm telling you,
Thanos
knew, man. Like, bro, if the faster we can accept it, like, bro, I'm telling you, it costs. Everything costs.
So have you watched Doctor Strange?
I did. The last Doctor Strange sucked.
But I thought the storyline was amazing, man.
The storyline was trash. They was all over the place.
Like how they freaking
You just like the horror side of it.
Like because it go back to that, like
it was different.
Like,
I
look,
get
man,
that.
Look, stuff about people about to start dying.
Yeah, but like you gotta think too, man. Like it wasn't really a great continuance from where Doctor Strange was. If you drop the ball and let all mayhem happen, you just gonna that's what we doing? Multiverse is what we come on, man.
I didn't think the movie I thought the storyline was good though. But
I wasn't impressed, man.
Did you watch Ant-Man?
I did. I felt like Marvel has taken 2 L's.
I thought that was
the only thing I've liked recently of Marvel was the Guardians of the Galaxy.
That was a man, bro.
It was tough.
It could stand alone. It's not even like you only had to put in the storyline.
Hey,
it could stand alone.
That was one. I'd have liked them to have the Nemesis a little bit better, but I felt like they were showing us finally what Rocket went through. Like that was like how he got to where he is helped us understand him. But they're also positioning him
to be the lead.
Yep. Because oh boy, Chris, bro, it's only so much money in the world, dog. Every time them dudes come back, you gotta think how long it takes to make a Marvel movie. Like the commitment to it is so large. They gotta compensate you, dog.
They probably shooting 12.
You ain't taking any other movies.
Hours.
Yeah, man, they there all. Then you got all the CGI stuff. Yeah. They gotta bring that guy in. Hey, Rocket's gonna be right here. You like all that stuff is CGI, dog. Yeah. It takes forever to make them movies, man. That's why all of them. That's why Cap got out. Like, bro, I want to go do some Amazon money. Amazon paying like. They
what's that movie?
Bread.
What's that movie he was in? He was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Was it Netflix on Netflix?
Yeah, Great Man or something like that.
Great Man.
Yeah, it was like they like it's so much money being made now, bro. People consume content at a level that is outlandish. We binge what takes them a year and some change to make, we watch in a week. Think about that. Then they got to go try to make something else for us to watch.
But
Everybody cooking.
It's crazy though, because it's like all the streaming services say they losing customers or subscribers. Disney Plus, we've lost this amount of our this percentage of our stream subscribers and stuff. But it's like,
if I
really?
told you that narrative without showing you my books, I can justify raising the price.
And we just fall for it.
And we fall for it because they know you're going to watch it anyway.
And we really should be telling them, no, we not doing that.
Bro, it's all gimmick, dog. And, you know, I mean, I'm shocked you didn't bring up the fact that they becoming streaming networks so they don't have to pay royalties.
That's why the writer strike going on, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But also musicians. If I play your music as a streaming site, you don't get, that's not TV.
You know what's crazy, man? Something I thought about. I ain't flushed this idea out.
Just talk to me.
It's scary because say Marvel they hired me to play on the score of the movie, right?
Yeah.
They're not gonna give me no percentage of royalty.
Absolutely.
They're gonna give me a flat rate. But honestly, shouldn't you get a piece of royalties, right?
You should. You help make that project.
And it's like,
but
it's nothing that can really be done, right?
How you gonna fight it and win?
Right.
They got more attorneys than you can shake a hat at. You think you gonna beat them in court? No. And we giving you an opportunity. You'll work for hire. Hire, take it or leave it. That being on that film changes your life and your career. They know that. They're not gonna give you that and a piece of the pie.
But it's so weird to me because you got this is a higher level, but you got ScarLett, right? Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
She sued them, and it quietly got settled.
Absolutely.
Because it was like, no, you gotta pay me for all this work I've done, all this money you're making on the return of this.
Absolutely.
You need to pay me. And it's like
they try to hit her with what we would call a 360 deal. So whatever you do with us, we can manipulate and use it however we want. Throw it in commercials, do whatever. Like, bro, it's doggy dog. And that's why I tell everybody, even with your podcast here, right now, y'all foot the bill for producing all this content. If you have enough of these, you can say, hey, I can bring a network, maybe even Tubi or one of them joints. Hey, I got the Scatterbrain podcast. We got 100 episodes that we can lease to you guys. They would give you something, especially if it's shot and edited and it sounds good and it's quality and your conversations or your guests are worthwhile. Mm-hmm. Bro, they'll throw you up because somebody gonna like it. Somebody gonna watch. See, that's the difference between I tell people popularity is fickle because look at Ice Spice, right? Ice Spice, she beefing with Lotto because they two of the same avatar.
Yeah.
We both light skinned, we both look good, and we both rap. There's only so much attention to go around for that.
And how they tried to pit Nicki and Cardi.
Oh, of course. Well, Nicki's smart. I'm gonna bet on the horse that wins. She she fooled with Lotto for a little bit. Lotto's older. Oh, here's the next young thing coming. Nah, that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
She don't look, Lotto got a man, she too good. You don't want people giving you no sex appeal talk. All that stuff, man. Ice Spice I welcome it. Look at me. And I want to be like Nicki. I'm going to roll with you. And that's what most things now, people have no identity, bro. People have no creative DNA that specifies you away from everybody else. So what are we really selling? If I can go out and manipulate and find another you.
But how sustainable is what's going on Because the crazy part is even though that may be a music industry problem, I think it's world. It
Absolutely.
affect all creators. It affect the videographers, the photographers, the producers, whatever you're doing in that space. Is this sustainable? When do we ever see a shift coming to bring it back?
Not if you feel like you need attention now. Like if you want a bunch of popularity, like most do, a lot of people just chase 10,000 because they feel like 10,000 followers is the number. What's 10,000 followers? Who does that matter to? Name like, bro, every chick on IG got 10,000 followers. If she showed them, she got them boobies out, she got the little boy shorts, she doing that little stuff. Like, bro, it's you got 10.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you really selling?
Yeah,
they don't care nothing about you.
What's your call to action type thing?
That, you see what I'm saying? Which is why I can tell people, my followers, the ones that follow me because they enjoy who I am and what I do. They're invested in me. It don't matter if I'm here today or if I'm in New York tomorrow. It don't matter if I'm doing a video or a podcast on whatever. They want to hear what I got to say. They want to know like how I feel about certain things. That's why I tell you this. Cultivate the audience you have and then find more people like them.
Yeah. That's the best advice I've ever heard. Even from 18 and out.
Yeah.
Like just grow whoever you got and go from there.
And just keep finding more people like them, man.
Yeah.
That when I realized that, that's when I really started to see like things change. Because I don't want just everybody. I want people that rock with the stuff I rock with, man. I want you to be a part of my community. Like, I want a real community.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, doing what we doing now, my audience will see, like, oh, man, Ray, that was a great interview. That was a great conversation. Let me check out Scatterbrain. Now you are now introduced to my world.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when you link, goes back to what we were talking about earlier, who you partner with, who you spend your time with, it shouldn't just be given to anybody because now people will respect who you introduce into your platform. So that's why I stopped really just bringing a bunch of people.
Yeah.
If I tell people, if people make an impact in my world, I'm gonna introduce them to you. Mm. Like you'll see me with them. And they trust that. And they'll go, like I have people say, hey man, I went and checked out that thing you were telling us about, and it made an impact. Like I listen to them now. Like that's great. Like they give me something to do in between your podcast. Wonderful. That's what I want. Because the things that affect me should resonate with my audience because we have the like-minded attainment. Mm. Same thing with Scatterbrain. Y'all go follow the world according to Low. Yeah. Everywhere you too, man.
Hey, this man, he know it, man. He really is the power father.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro.
This man really know it. This has been okay. We're gonna wrap the episode up. Yeah. Lo, I thank you so much.
Hey man, it was a pleasure.
I thank you so much for coming tonight, Lo. Hopefully, if you need me on the coast,
oh yeah, I'm down to come
man.
On. Absolutely.
Hopefully, landmass, we can work something out. However you need us to come help, or if we need y'all help, y'all can help us.
Yeah, we can come up. We can come do something up here too, man.
So that's been another episode of Scatterbrain and Ray Bradford podcast. I want to let Lo pub all his stuff again before he leave. Yeah. So pub your pod, pub your business.
Hey man, I got it. Which camera? I'm right here.
This your camera.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Lo, man. I'm so excited to be here at the Scatterbrain podcast. You can find me online at Aloysius Ballard everywhere. ALOYSIUS BALLARD. Now, if you enjoyed the things I was dropping today, you got to check my podcast out. It is The World According to Lo everywhere. Spotify, Apple, even in the apps, Overwatch, wherever you get your podcast, I promise you, your boy is there. Now, don't stop there. If you want a deeper dive, if you really want to know who I am as a person and the video work that I do, you can always visit my website at Aloysius Ballard, same name, ALOYSIUS BALLARD.com, because you need a website. Make sure you have a website. All these social media platforms are going to go away or they're gonna make you hold your content hostage. So where do you go? How do people always get to find you? You got to have a website. So you got to go do that. Check that out. You can see my blogs. I actually do still blog, man. I give you insight into projects that I'm working on, and you can get a little more in depth than you can on social media. And yeah, man, that's where I'm at.
Bet low. Masterclass. Damn masterclass. That's how you that's the
That's
it
how
was
you
a part. It was the part of the conference. The
elevator pitch.
The
Yeah,
elevator
man.
pitch.
You
My
gotta
boy.
get it down. Yeah.
I ain't got it. Dog.
Yeah, man.
I'm just out here shooting the wind.
You gotta work on it, man. I do it in the shower. I'm gonna tell you a tip though. When you're in the shower, do it. Run your pitch.
I need to sit down and write it out first.
You don't need to write. You know it. You already know it.
Write it out. It's a lot of. It's the essence of it, baby. Scatterbrain. It's been another episode. Like I always say, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your granddaddy, tell your grandmama, tell your mama, tell your uncle, your dad, your uncle, your auntie, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your nephew, your niece, anybody. Tell them you love them, grab them, hug them, and give them a kiss. Y'all be safe, man.
Hey, hold on, man. Before we go, screenshot you listening to this episode and tag me and Ray. I'm gonna give somebody a Cash App away. So if you do that, you got to screenshot me and Ray, and then I'm tell you somebody's gonna get selected. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna Cash App somebody.
I'm gonna create me a fake account. Y'all be safe, man.
Y'all be easy. Peace. That was great, man.
Low. Goddamn masterclass. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for cussing, man.
Oh, you good.
That was masterclass.
Yeah.